Welcome to another Let's Krok About It episode. Today we have Dr. Wu and Dr. Kohlbrenner that are authors of the paper entitled Cryoablation versus Breast-Conserving Surgery for Early Stage Low-Risk Breast Cancer Smaller than 1.5 centimeters, a cost-effective analysis. That was recently published in CVIR. I would like to ask the authors of the paper what were the actual drive to conduct a cost-effectiveness analysis on the management of early-stage breast cancer regarding minimally invasive treatments.
Well, first of all, thanks for the invitation. Excited to be here today. I would say the main motivation was really the ICE3 trial, which reported some impressive 5-year follow-up data on breast cryoablation back in 2024. ICE3 wasn't a comparative study, but clearly breast cryoablation seems to do quite well in early stage breast cancer, which really prompted us to take on this cost effectiveness analysis. And whenever you have a procedure like breast cryo that can be done in an outpatient setting under local anesthesia and with outcomes that seem comparable to a tried and true surgical procedure, you're going to be adding value. And with healthcare systems facing rising costs and capacity constraints, not just in the US, but many areas of the world, we felt it was important to demonstrate the cost effectiveness as more and more institutions explore breast cryo for small cancers.
Excellent, thank you. So, yes, the ICE3 trial definitely changed the scenery of this novel, let's say, procedure that would introduce the management of minimally invasive management of early breast stage cancer. So, regarding the clinical outcomes and the exact comparison in the effort to compare the two methods, what were the clinical outcomes that you consider regarding cryo and what for breast-conserving surgery?
Yeah, so in our model, we incorporated actually the same oncologic and health-related outcomes for both strategies to ensure we're doing a fair comparison in the model. So for both strategies, we include ipsilateral breast tumor recurrence or local recurrence, distant recurrence of the disease elsewhere outside of the breast cancer-specific mortality, and procedural complications from both. The difference is that the input parameters for breast cryoablations from the ICE3 trial and for breast conserving surgery is from a meta-analysis of 17 trials. And for each of the outcome states, we both incorporated the related healthcare costs as well as the impact on patients' quality of life, including treatment-related disutility and quality of life over time, depending on how their outcomes are. One thing I will clarify is that we did not incorporate second primary breast cancer in our model. Because we don't feel like the treatment of the first site is going to impact the risk of future secondary primary breast cancer.
Excellent, thank you. So, from your analysis, overall, is then cryoablation more cost-effective than small leg surgery or breast-conserving surgery? And if so, which will be the patient group that will benefit the most?
I'll first start to say that the breast cryoablation compared in our study is based on the ICE3 trial selection criteria. So that includes patients with early stage hormone receptor positive, HER2 negative, no negative, and ultrasound visible tumor that's less than 1.5 centimeter. And in the study, actually showed in these subgroup patients, breast cryoablation is a dominant strategy, meaning that it has over lower costs and higher utility or effectiveness in terms of patient quality of life. And we also did quite a few sensitivity analysis, which show that cryoablation is cost effective if the annual cancer mortality rate is below 2.1%, which translates to a 5-year 5-year cancer survival of greater than 90%. And ICE3 trial reported 96.2%. And it also showed that the cryoablation is cost effective when the surveillance cost after cryoablations do not exceed $4,000, or the overall procedural cost of breast cryoablation is not higher than that of breast conserving surgery.
Fantastic. Well, so as expected for most of the minimal invasive treatments that we offer, you confirm with your study that also breast cryoablation appear to be more cost effective than breast conserving surgery. I think this is excellent news for the patients with early stage breast cancer, but also for the systems that would like to introduce this novel procedure. And thank you very much for sharing your results with CVIR. And thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you.